Hi everyone, my name is Peter. Welcome to Our Worship Sound. In this video, I want to talk about 5 common mistakes that piano players make when playing by chords and how we can fix them. So first of all, one of the most common mistakes is thinking that we need to play a lot of notes to get a full sound. So we end up playing something like this for an A minor chord, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different notes in this chord. And there's a lot going on, but there are a couple disadvantages to it. One is that if you're just starting out, that's a lot of notes to keep track of, and so it takes longer to get started. The other thing is when we play it like this, there's not a lot of clarity in the chords. It's pretty muddy. So playing too many notes is one common mistake. Another common mistake is only learning chords in one position. And I know I've been guilty of this for sure. But say you've got a song or a chord progression and it has an A flat chord in it. So you learn that A flat chord can be played here. And so then you don't learn the other positions or inversions of the chord. And so every time you see an A flat pop up in that song or any other song, you always have to play it here and you're stuck with that. And it causes you to jump around and not really be able to get the kind of sound that you want for a given progression. Number 3 is not taking the time to build connections between the chords you play. You might know how to play every single chord, but unless you know how they relate within a given key or relate to a scale, you're missing out a lot. And we've talked about that in the last video. It's hard to develop the ability to play by ear, to transpose, just some different things if you're not working on those connections to the key or to the major scale. That's another common mistake. Also, a lot of times we don't focus on the rhythms that we should be playing. And as a music educator, I see this all the time, that we get so focused on playing the right notes that we don't give enough thought to what kind of rhythms are going to be appropriate or what kind of rhythms are correct. And honestly, a lot of times I hear piano players something like this, where in order to obtain rhythm, they just simply arpeggiate the chord, just play the notes of the chord one at a time, something like. And honestly, I think there are some much better ways that we can do it than that. So that's a fourth common mistake. And the fifth common mistake is not really learning how to alter your chords, not learning how we can add different notes to add color in a more modern sound to your chords. So we end up getting locked into the exact notes that are supposed to be in the chords that are in the chart. So again, something like this. And there are different ways to go about it that can be better than that. So what we're going to talk about is now available, is called the Fluent Piano Chords video course. So that's now coming out, and we're going to tackle playing by chords, but we're going to do it in a way that addresses these common issues. For example, playing too many notes. The way this course starts out is just playing 2-note, what I call mini chords. And so not even playing full neat 3-note chords, but just playing 2 notes at a time. And that offers a couple of advantages. One is that since there are fewer notes to keep track of, we can get going on piano more quickly. The second advantage is that it sets us up for what I think is a more musical approach to playing by chords, and really being intentional and thoughtful about the notes that you choose to put in your chords, rather than just throwing everything that you have at them. So that's how we're going to address the too many notes issue. And then we're not going to be locked into playing chords in just one position, okay? We're going to learn the other inversions, but we're also going to do it in a way that gets it under your fingers and gets it into your muscle memory, so you're able to work different inversions into your progressions to make your chord progressions and your playing a lot smoother from one chord to the next. Thirdly, we're going to work really hard to build connections back to keys or major scales as well. And this is going to build on that ability to play by ear, to transpose, and all the good things that come when we make those connections. Number 4, we're going to talk about some rhythms that you can connect into your playing. So we're going to talk about some different techniques for sure. But then the other thing is that we're going to work with actual tracks and actual songs in this course, because a lot of times you go to practice on your own and you think that you're solid with the rhythm, and then you go to play it with your band and you find that you're not quite as solid on it as you thought. So here's an example of something that we could do in the course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will say of the Lord, you're my fortress, my refuge. And I will say of the Lord, my God, in you alone. What a great song from one of my favorite artists. I'm just kidding. So we are going to deal with some rhythm things and learn to lock it in with the tempo. And the fifth thing is we're going to learn how to change and alter our chords to get a more modern and a more colorful sound. So we're not locked into only playing the notes exactly as they're notated, but we can make some changes, some artistic changes to them. For example, I played B flat like this. I added this note to it and took this note out. I played D minor, where I added this note and left this note out, same type of deal. And then I played G minor like this. And if you've never played a G minor as G, B flat, C, and F, we're gonna walk through the steps of how I got to this point, why it works, why it sounds good, and how you can get used to playing those types of chord voicings as well. So I'm really excited about this course. It's been available, or it's been in the works for the last 7 months. What we did was work with a select few subscribers and develop did some kind of first draft type videos and put that out, and then got feedback from people. And so this final course has been built and tailored to some of those suggestions, and seeing how we can make it as clear and as good as possible. It's going to take you from, even if you're a beginner, this doesn't assume that you have any prior knowledge really on piano. So it's going to start you out from square one, but it's also going to take anyone who uses the course up through playing with what I think is a really sophisticated approach to playing by chords. And it avoids all these issues that we've talked about, and really sets you on with some solid footing for playing any song, any chord in any song. So I hope you'll check that out. You can go to ourworshipsound.com/fluent piano chords, or you can follow the link that's up in the right-hand corner or at the end of this video, ourworshipsound.com/fluent piano chords. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.